Good morning, beloveds. This is Jeff Rahim Bronner. I'm the Executive Director at the Farm of Peace. I'm coming to you this morning to give my salams, to say Happy New Year, and to invite you to a new class that we're doing at the Farm of Peace. It's a 6-month class called Sufi Teacher Training. It is very near and dear to my heart. So this will probably be a 5 or 10 minute video where I'm going to talk about the class, talk about what I'm hoping to give during the class, and most importantly, what you will get as a student and a participant, and inshallah, what God will open up inside of you and open doors for you and the people you might touch. So let's begin with a prayer. Allahu Akbar. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbi Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim, Siratal ladina an'amta alayhim, Ghayril maghdubi alayhim, Waladolin. Ameen. My beloved Lord, my beloved God, I call to you now on our behalf. And Allah, I ask that you help us. Help our hearts and help our spirits. Help us always be with you, my Lord. We love you very much. So I have not scripted this, so I'm going to sort of just speak from my heart. One of the favorite things I ever did as part of our tariqah and part of our Sufi university was what's called TIP, or Teacher Internship Program. I actually did it twice. I did TTP and then TIP. And I remember way back when, in 1996, 1997, when I first met Dr. Jaffe, and I was in the crowd, and I was not only touched by his humility and his humbleness, but by the fact that he genuinely seemed connected to something bigger than himself. And at that point, I had recovered my faith in God. Certainly wasn't using the name Allah, not yet. But I remember watching him speak up in front of the audience, and I said, if I go study with him, maybe I will get connected to that same thing. And alhamdulillah, my life has been forever changed by studying with him and Salima and Nura and Wadud and our beloved guide City. And when you decide to step in and become a teacher for Allah, everything changes. And it's not about the money, it's not about the numbers, it's not about the name of the workshop, it's not about even what you're teaching. It's about your direct commitment to Allah to help the people that Allah is asking you to help. And it is probably the deepest promise you'll ever take, because we all make great choices and the not so great choices, right? If you're making choices that affect yourself, that's one thing. If you either purposely or accidentally end up leading people astray, Allah will ask you about that. And so the promise and the commitment to become a teacher, it's a heavy one. And part of what we're going to be working on in this 6-month class is helping you step in fully to your commitment to Allah, your promise to Allah, and allowing the love and the light of Allah to move through you and touch the people that Allah wants to touch. And the beautiful thing about that is, I don't care what you teach. You can teach Sufism, spirituality, energetic healing, dog walking, nutrition, finance, relationships. You cannot be a formal teacher at all and just do it over coffee with friends. So I think sometimes some of us hang back because we're afraid that it has to look a certain way. Allah made each one of us just the way He makes snowflakes. Every single one of us is unique. And what I have found is that when you find your spot and your love and what you care about and what you're passionate about, and then you speak openly and honestly from your heart, Allah, inshallah, will open the doors for the right people to come. And it's a life-changing thing. We talk sometimes in Shadaliya Sufism about baraka, or blessings. And for me, I can think about some of the people I've touched, some of the people that I hung a flyer up, I didn't know who was going to come, and some of those people are my best friends today. And I see their lives changing. I see the people that they are touching. And I think that all of that started by an idea or a desire that Allah put in my heart. Those things that grow beyond your hand, they will come back to support you and your family. And that's not why we do it, right? We do it out of our gratitude and our genuine gratefulness for what Allah has given to us. And it's an awesome thing, and it's a sacred thing. And so in this class coming up, it's going to be a 6-month class. It's 3 weekends in person at the Farm of Peace, March, May, and August, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm probably going to do a 6 or 8 week teleclass in between each weekend, and you'll get an individual coaching session with me in between each weekend. I'm going to keep it small, maybe 10 or 12 people. If we end up having 20, I will definitely pray about it, but I'm seeing more like 10 to 12. And I really am going to make and want to take individual time with each one of you to help you discover and craft your offering. And as I said earlier, I don't have any picture. So it doesn't have to be a formal seminar. It may just be you and He Who Knows Himself, or Music of the Soul, inviting a couple friends over and talking about what you've gotten out of the book. There's been a movement, or there's been some talk about creating a national template that people can go out and give. Like, here's some teaching points. Alhamdulillah, if someone else creates it, we may create it inside this class and then pass it around and let people add to it. The one thing I will say is, if you have the desire to teach, if you have the desire to give and to share and to help people walk towards Allah, I believe the only reason Allah would put that desire in you is if there are people out there who are needing you and needing what you have to give and what you have to share. The pleasure that we get from teaching is awesome. Like Allah, in my experience, I can be totally grumpy, irritable, in the jalal. I show up for a healing or I show up to teach, and what comes through has nothing to do with me. It's like Allah sends His rose water or His mercy from Allah to the people, and I'm just one of the happy recipients of it. And then the minute the class ends, I'm right back in my grumpy state, but it's pretty awesome while you teach. So that's partly for us, but it's more for the people that we're meant to touch. And at the end of my life, one thing I don't want is I don't want Allah to ask me why I didn't give what He wanted me to give, or why I didn't do what He wanted me to do. Teaching, becoming a teacher for Allah, is one of the best ways to allow His mercy, His Rahman, to flow through you and touch the creation and touch the people. So, what are some of the details? You need to have taken the promise in the Shadaliya way. You need to have been made at least a teacher or above. If there's someone brand new and you haven't yet taken the teacher promise, but your heart's really in the right place, I'll consider it. I'll talk to Salim about it, definitely. You can sign up on our website, farmofpeace.com, or by calling 717-573-4722. I think the class is reasonable. It's $1,800 for 6 months. It's sort of nicely set up to make a $300 a month payment If you need other payment plans, we're very open. For me, I've never let the money dominate or even control who I give and what I give. Inshallah, I give to who Allah wants me to give to, and He's always sent plenty of people. One other short thing I can share is I remember I was in TIP and Ibrahim was teaching, and I was just all tied up in knots inside. And I was frustrated and I was angry and I didn't know what I was supposed to teach, and it wasn't dropping in. And what I realized is I was wanting to be perfect. I thought that I wasn't yet healed enough to go out and touch people. And I still had a lot of flaws at that point. I still have a lot of flaws today. One of my favorite lines, one of my favorite messages in Sufism is that only Allah is perfect. Only Allah is perfect. So we are part of the creation. We have flaws by design. Okay, if we didn't have mistakes, if we didn't make mistakes, why would we ever turn to Allah? So it's okay to be imperfect. I kind of celebrate my imperfections. You can ask my wife. But I realized in TIP that yes, I was imperfect, and yes, I needed work, but what I had right then was enough to help people. And big tears started rolling down my cheeks, and I made the decision right then to start teaching, to go out and start classes and start helping and start doing my part to help Allah's creation. That was 15 years ago. I've been teaching all over the country ever since. It is an awesome experience. So I'm praying and inshallah building a container so each of you can have a breakthrough like that. I think it's going to be a great class. I think it's going to be a great group. I would love to have you be a part of it. So many peace and blessings. Thank you for taking this time together, and we will be in touch. All right, much love. Bye-bye.